Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Brent. This is Joint Forces Exploration, and you're along for another ride. One of the things, if you're an off-roader, you are well aware of is most of the times it's beneficial to air down your tires before you get on the trail. Recently teamed up with a company, and I'm going to show you what they have to offer. So I'm going to go up here on the trail a little bit further to an area where I know that's going to be beneficial to air down, and then walk you through it. All right, more to come. So I'm going to show you my new air up system that I recently purchased from FrontRow Offroad. And then through some communications with them and stuff, we decided to partner up. And they are sponsoring our channel now. So let me show you what we got. This is where I keep my air hose system. It's a 4-tire inflate deflate system from FrontRow Offroad. But the nice thing about this is now I put my setup in this Apache case that I got, but they do send the entire kit with a nice storage bag, and that bag is a hard bottom, waterproof bottom, but it's a mesh top. So if your hose gets wet or dirty or muddy or whatever the case may be, you can put it back in the bag, keep your inside of your rig clean, doing whatever you're doing, and then once you're back home, get it out, wash out the bag, wash off your. It is, as you can see, a four-tire system, and let's just get down and show you what we're doing here. So what makes FrontRow Offroad hose inflate deflate kit different from other products that are out there? And there's some good products that are out there. A couple different things. One, they use all brass fittings that can actually completely rotate. So for instance, the front tire inflator, you can actually rotate the coupling all the way around. So no matter how your hose lays out, you can always get the coupler onto the valve stem without any problems, which is super nice. So you don't have to worry about kinking your hose, which is also another benefit for when you're rolling it back up. Because it rotates the way you want it to go, it's a lot easier to cool back up. The other thing that makes them, differentiates them from other competitors out there is that they have a proprietary hose system. So they actually engineered this hose themselves, and the company's based out of Canada. And one of the reasons that they do that is because it gets so cold up in our northern neighbors that once these air hoses start to get cold, they get a lot harder to work with. So because they engineered them specifically for that climate, they withstand the cold a lot better than maybe their lower 48 brethren, the competitors. So that's pretty cool. Another reason that I like this one is because the valve is not the collar that you pull down and push back up to open and close the valve. Me personally, I don't think there's enough travel in those collar types that you can differentiate just by looking at it whether or not the valve is open or closed, which is kind of a big deal when you first initially put these things onto your tire. You want to have that valve closed so you know what your starting point is. If you mistakenly leave it open, as soon as you hook the first one up, it's going to start to deflate. So for me, I like knowing that when I have it rotated in that position right there, that it's closed. When I put it in line with the rest of the hose assembly, that it is open and air is flowing. So that's just a personal preference of mine that I like about it. It's a digital gauge. It's powered by 2 AA batteries, which is pretty cool. One thing I do wish is that I've found that as I'm putting this back up, whether it was in the bag or in my case, sometimes as I'm packing it away, I'll accidentally hit the on button, and it's very easy to. It's not like it has to be a hard press to turn it on and off. It's a single press, and well, it's a single press to get it on. It's a hard press to turn it off. So what I found last night when I was preparing for this was that my batteries had died. So evidently, as I packed it in for my last usage, I had accidentally turned it on. So that'd be one thing that'd be nice, and maybe have a longer, harder press or a longer press for the on function as opposed to the off function, or just make it both, a hard, long press for both. So that'd be really and truly my only complaint. I've only had this for a little while now. We did go out with it when we were on our Mind Overland trip, and it worked flawlessly. Didn't have any issues with it, airing up, airing down, both mine and my wife's Jeep. We even had some friends of ours from the trip who they didn't have a four tire kit, and so they'd asked to borrow mine, which I was happy to lend to them. So yeah, so I don't need to show you how to set this up. If you're familiar with these products, you know that this stays in the middle of the vehicle while one side goes off to, goes off to either side, and then you hook up all four tires at the same time, come back, and you dump the valve. So I'm not going to bore you with the actual me hooking these up, but I will show you the deflation part. Okay, so right now it's showing that I got, and it equalizes so the system equalizes the pressure in all four tires. So right now it's showing that I have 40.6 pounds of air in my tires. And you might think that that's kind of high, but I found that for my application, when I'm highway driving, 40 to 45 pounds of pressure really and truly gives me the optimum gas mileage. So don't sit there and comment, well, you're running your tires way too high. Well, maybe for you that would be considered too high, but for me, for my gas mileage and engine performance and everything else that I've taken into consideration, that's where I run my tires at. So, all right. So one thing I always do is, just as a double check, I run it with the engine on, just so I can see the TPMS. Alright, so when I'm wheeling, I usually dump it down to about 18 psi. And I'm not going to bore you with this whole process. We'll put a clock up there to kind of give you an idea of how long it takes. Okay, so you can see we're at 0, and we'll go ahead and hit the stopwatch. Now obviously as this is going on, you got to stop this every once in a while to check out how much pressure you got, because right now it's only measuring the pressure that's coming up to the gauge. So right there I'm down to 36.3 in 27 seconds. So 4 pounds of pressure down. I'm going to take it all the way down to 18. Minute 15 to where we're at. That's showing 28. So yeah, we're dumping quick. Okay, we just hit 2 minutes. We're at 24. So at 3 minutes, we are at 17. Let's see what the TPMS says. Actually, call it 18. Three minutes and 16 seconds to dump down from 40 to 18. That's not bad, folks. And with this system, you're guaranteed not to be that one guy out on the trail who everyone else is waiting on. And believe me, as the person who used to be that guy, you don't want to be that guy. Okay? So, FrontRow Offroad makes a killer product, and I'm happy to announce that they've given me a discount code to offer to you for 10% off their product. JFE, Joint Forces Expedition, JFE. Enter that code into their website when you purchase. We'll get you 10% off. Go check them out. I'll put a link in the description below to their webpage. All right, until the next time, happy wheeling.